Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House, and a new podcast host called Newt's World is now available for download, which is a long way from Wayne's World. But Mr. Speaker, thank you for your time and good morning to you. I want to share with you and our viewers a Wall Street Journal poll. It found the approval rating for the president ticked up 3 points from 43% in January up to 46% now. In addition, on that Wall Street Journal poll, it says 41% would vote for the president if the election were held today. Well, now, Democrats have this White House in their crosshairs. There you see the polling tick away. Can they draw blood or not, Mr. Speaker?
Well, they may draw some blood, but the problem they've got is every time they go to a new topic, a new argument, a new charge, it looks more and more phony. I noticed over the weekend a poll that said only 35% of the country thought that Cohen was a believable witness. Well, I mean, what this does is it absorbs, the Democrats right now are having all their energy absorbed by two things: Donald Trump, who they hate, and the rise of their left-wing activists. And that means they have no space left to communicate a winning Democratic Party message for 2020. And I think that in that sense, and we had some of this problem, frankly, 97, 98, dealing with Bill Clinton, because after a while, people render a judgment. They're not going to think this is impeachable. They're going to come to think it's all political, and they're going to come to think that it's all destructive of the country. And I think that's where they made a mistake last week with Cohen. When you put a proven, convicted liar on national television at the same moment that the President of the United States is negotiating over nuclear weapons in North Korea, you give the country a vision of a party that's almost destructive of America for their own partisan reasons. And I think Nadler is going to get himself in the same problem. I watched us make that mistake, and I will tell you, I think that Nancy Pelosi is doing a better job of cautioning them to go slow than I did in 97, 98.
Well, very interesting. There'll be a lot of reflection on that going forward, too, looking back 20 years as well. Meanwhile, on Saturday, 2 hours and 20 minutes at CPAC, I don't think he had a teleprompter or a single note. Here's a sample of what we heard on Saturday. Watch here.
We will always defend America's borders. We believe in the American dream, not in the socialist nightmare. Democrat lawmakers have totally abandoned the American mainstream. They're embracing open borders, socialism, and extreme late-term abortion. But perhaps nothing is more extreme than the Democrats' plan to completely take over American energy.
Some of that sounds like it was on a teleprompter. Regardless, it sounds like a campaign speech. What did you make of the case that he made on Saturday, sir?
Well, first of all, when I heard that it was, I think, 2 hours and 18 minutes, my first thought was, that's a little bit long. But I realized two things. I ran into a bunch of folks Sunday who were at the speech, loved it, did not think it was a minute too long, and they were in kind of a rock concert model. I mean, they loved being with him, and they loved him rolling. And I think that Trump walked in that room. He gets tired of being attacked by 90% of the news media, and he gets tired of the Democrats being so nasty. He walks in a room. He senses the adulation. They're all pumped up. He did have a text. I know he had a prepared speech. He thinks, oh, I could give the prepared speech, or why don't we have fun together? The amount of energy he will gain out of Saturday, and this is what the Democrats have to remember. In the end, whoever they nominate has to be able to be on the stage with Donald J. Trump, who is maybe the greatest reality TV performer of our lifetime. And he just showed them again Saturday what he's going to be like. He's going to be on offense. He's going to be knowledgeable. He will have honed every single line that works, and he will go after them aggressively every single day.
Well, that's going to be interesting to watch.
And I thought Saturday was a very interesting preview of what 2020 will be like.
Thank you for your time today. Newt's World's the new podcast.
Great to be with you.
Thank you, sir. Come back real soon, okay? Thank you. Newt Gingrich there in Washington.